Hi, I'm Amy from Whiteacres and I help businesses to create a business image which does justice to whatever it is that they do so that people can see just how good they really are. Last week I was at a conference for Christian women which was fantastic, apart from the one-way system in Leeds which wasn't quite so fantastic. And I was away for, it was a great few days, you know, with a few friends, and one of the things that really came out of it for me was about gratitude. There were people that I was with and there were people who were talked about on stage and stories that were told and experiences that were shared that really made me realise how lucky I am. And it made me think of the phrase, don't count your chickens before they're hatched, which if you've never heard it before means don't count on something happening before it happens, or don't expect all of your hopes and dreams to be fulfilled. But I'm already there with the counting chickens. Earlier this week, one of my friends on Facebook was talking about moving house and how they had already mentally moved into this house that they hadn't even viewed yet. And I'm like, I do that all the time. I go spend time on Zoopla, I find a property, I fall in love with it, I'm living there in my mind. I know where all of my furniture's going to go, I know where I'm going to put my books, I know what colour I'm going to paint the walls, I know which doors I want to block up, which walls I want to knock down, you know, you name it. And I'm there, in my mind I am there. And our house isn't even on the market yet. So maybe that's a bit foolish, counting my chickens before they're hatched. It isn't always a good idea, although I do think that positive visualisation can be really helpful. But how often do we count our chickens after they're hatched? How often do we think about the things that we already have? Or are we so focused on what we want and where we want to be that we forget about now? Today, I made a list of things that I'm really grateful for, and I started with all the obvious things, you know, my family, my friends, my health, my home, my car, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then I thought I should split this down into the different sections of my life. And obviously one of the sections of my life that I'm really grateful for is my business. So I made a list, and I managed to make quite a big list because, you know, I have a great business. So I'm going to share a few of those things now. One of the things I said was that I have the loveliest clients, because I really do. I have some really fabulous clients. And I wrote that I get really fantastic feedback from them. Sometimes I get really thorough feedback, which is even more helpful because then I can do an even better job for them. My clients say really lovely things about me, which is always good. Money, that's a bit of a bonus from having a business. I get to work on some really fantastic projects. I get to work on some that are like butterfly in the tummy, sort of exciting, really good stuff. I love that kind of thing. Some of my clients become friends. Some of my clients want to help me out. Just this week, one of my clients, I said to him, your LinkedIn profile is really good read. I really enjoyed reading it. He said, oh, shall I look through yours as a favour for you? I'm like, well, of course. So now I have a much better LinkedIn profile summary bit than I used to have. And I've also put that I just love my job, because I really do. It makes me really happy that I get to come and do what I want to do every day and on my terms, and I really love it. So when I read this kind of list, it really makes me smile, and today I wanted to make you smile. So I have made a printable which you can print out, and this is your week of gratitude. So at the beginning of the week you print it out, and then every day you can write something that you're grateful for. You might choose to do it at the end of the week, something you're grateful for from each day, or at the end of each day, or as it happens, so that you've got this constant reminder of things that are happening in your life, in your business, that are really, really good, to give you more confidence and make you feel really happy. So hopefully that will make you smile. And I think, you know, even though running a business is not the easiest thing in the world, and sometimes things don't always go really, really well, there'll always be something that you can put down on that sheet that you're really grateful for. Maybe you really enjoyed a cup of tea, or maybe you got some really great feedback, or maybe you learnt something new, or maybe you got an extra follower on Twitter, or maybe you sent an invoice, or you gained a client, or maybe you actually finished your accounts. You know, whatever it is, you can put that on there, and that'll make you feel really good about your progress and how well things are going. Sometimes I get really lovely things from my clients or my suppliers, or even people who aren't either of those things. People who maybe I've recommended might send me a thank you for recommending them. I've had cards and letters, and I've had a chocolate rabbit once, that was good. I've had wine, I've had, you know, all sorts of different things you can get that people send you when they don't have to, because, you know, they're paying me for my service, or, you know, I'm just doing something because, and they're really grateful. And it's really nice when people send things to you. So I've got some examples here. I just picked up this pile. I've got a card here which is thanks a million, because I designed their website. This one just says thank you. That's perfectly enough, you know, just that somebody bothered is really, really, really nice. This is from a guy I use for printing, and he says, thank you for the orders, my business is very important to them. It's lovely. I was really thrilled when I got that. It's so polite, you know, it's really good. This one, thank you for designing our cardigan this year, it looks fantastic and I really appreciate all the tweaks you did, sorry I annoyed you, things like that. This is the company that I use for my emails, Pentagon. A very big thank you for your support and kind words of recommendation, it's really appreciated. Brilliant, that's what you want, isn't it? This one, thanks so much for agreeing to design the card as well. I'm very excited about how they're going to look. So she obviously hasn't seen it yet, I haven't designed it yet, it makes you feel brilliant. Thanks for your help. The checks inside, it's my kind of motto. When meaning future designs produced, I will certainly recommend you, and I've done lots more work for her since she sent me that letter, so that's really great and that makes me feel wonderful. So that really made me think about how I express gratitude to my clients and my suppliers, and you know, to people who have recommended me to others as well. And I've had some ideas which I'm going to put into practice when I get a moment, because I think it's really important to show people how grateful I am that they've taken the time out to do something really good, to give me some really good work, to provide an excellent service which helps me run my business better, or to find me some new clients which I wouldn't have found if they hadn't talked to somebody. So I did some Googling and I found this quote from David Horsager, which says, my own academic research on trust has revealed not only that gratitude makes a difference, but that people don't require big gestures, just heartfelt ones, small, simple, genuine thank yous or small handwritten notes of appreciation can mean the world to people. So if it's that easy, why don't we do it more often? And I think this is really true. I've got a really good friend of mine who does an awful lot of things over and above what she's supposed to do in her job, uses up an awful lot of her own time and produces things which make a massive difference in the place where she works, and she's never been thanked for it by her boss, and she's really upset about that. And if her boss just took 2 minutes to say thank you so much for that, she would feel like it was worth it. So those two words are not difficult to say, and I think it's really important to remember to say thank you. So, you know, and not just to your clients and your suppliers, but to people who help you get the work as well, to your staff, to anyone who deserves it. So I had some thoughts on what you could do to say thank you to people in your business. So one of those is to send something, you know, like a card or a handwritten letter or even a present. And I've made some printables which you could use to thank people. So there's two. One which says, I am really grateful for, and then you can fill in the gap. And the other one, there's just a really big speech bubble where you can write what you're thankful for in it. And you can give those to people to thank them for things. Because it's just nice to be thanked, and you can give those to someone. You can just remember to tell someone how grateful you are. You have to remember to say thank you, because it makes a difference, and it really does. You could write a blog post about them, or you could mention them on social media, or you could recommend them to someone who needs their services. Zig Ziglar said, our best attitude should be gratitude. He even made a wall of gratitude, so check the video out, it's really good. And that's something that you could maybe consider in your workplace. You could have a wall of gratitude with pictures of your clients up because you're grateful to them, or pictures of your staff, pictures of anyone who helps make your business really successful, so that you can be really grateful for that. So this week I was hoping that that some of these things would really make you smile, and that I was wondering what you're grateful for in your business, and also what sort of things you can do, or things that you already do now, to show gratitude to people for the things that they do for you. And yeah, so please let me know in the comments below, because that would be really great. And I thought it would also be really appropriate to say thank you to you for taking the time to watch this video, because it makes it worthwhile, doesn't it? And yeah, thank you.